definitely see some of De'Aaron Fox's game in him. I did go see De'Aaron Fox play live one time. I drove down to Sacramento and watched a Kings game live and to the arena and stuff like that, and I definitely see that when I watched Ja Morant during the tournament. I didn't really watch any of his regular games, but defensively, not really there. But offensively, definitely, he's quick. He's definitely got a jump shot, not very consistent, but he has a jump shot, which is good. He has his eyes open all the time. He's looking up court. Very capable passer, so it'll be very interesting to see how well he's going to do now, not having the mentorship of Mike Conley since he just got traded. So that's pretty sad, in my opinion, because I thought Mike Conley was going to be there till, at least the trade deadline, or something like that. But you didn't know, yesterday he got traded to the Jazz, which, if you're a fan of West Coast team, that's very scary because now that Utah Jazz team just gets even better on defense, which is crazy. So we'll have to see how the season turns out next year, but they're definitely got a good team over there. I don't know why Memphis traded him for basically nothing, but oh well. 3, we have RJ Barrett, 6'7" guard from Duke, who is also a freshman, just like Zion Williamson. Again, another very capable scorer, averaged almost 20 points per game, or over 20 points per game if I remember. Definitely a ready now type player. I think maybe Ja Morant out of those top 3 picks would struggle the most, but I think RJ Barrett definitely has the size, the capability of being a good scorer early off in his NBA career. Very good pick for New York. 4, I have, well, this is also to New Orleans. I know New Orleans needs a center, it needs a big man, so I think since New Orleans had a solid, no doubt pick, I think 4, they either trade. I know there is a rumor of them trading to the Washington Wizards for Bradley Beal, but I don't think they would do that. The Pelicans, because that doesn't make any sense. They're trying to rebuild, not adding Bradley Beal. I mean, Bradley Beal is young, but by the time Bradley Beal is in his 30s, everyone else becoming in his prime. I don't know if you really want Bradley Beal by then, but I think they go with Jackson Hayes from Texas. He's a 6'11" freshman who could play the center position. You need a center. Now that Anthony Davis is gone, Randall's gone, Jaleel Okafor I think is there for one more season, but I think he's probably going to want a lot of money after this season, so that's my big upset pick. I know it's very controversial, but it was either him or Bol Bol. Bol Bol just came off an injury, so he's kind of an iffy pick still, but I think Jackson Hayes is a very capable center. He's big. I think I can look up his stats very quickly. He averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds a game. It's almost 80% field goal percentage, 75 free throw percentage, which can turn into a good 3-point shooter, and 2.5 blocks a game. So definitely a big man with a lot of size, good development. You could develop into kind of like a Miles Turner type player, or I don't want to go too far, but saying maybe like a Rudy Gobert, just a long, lengthy defending center. So I think they do that. 5, we have Cleveland, and I think they go with DeAndre Hunter from Virginia, who played fairly good this season. He's a 6'7" guard. I guess you can put him at either the guard or the forward position, which Cleveland needs, definitely. He averaged 15 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 50% field goal percentage, while shooting 43% from the 3. So, again, that's college 2-point line, but it's still very good. I could definitely see him developing into a very good forward. I think that's obviously what Cleveland needs. There's that point guard Darius Garland from Vanderbilt that a lot of people are high on, but Colin Sexton did very good last year as the starting point guard for them, and I don't want to really ruin what he has going on. So if I was Cleveland, I'd be very careful about choosing another point guard. 6, we have Phoenix, and with the Phoenix pick, I say they take Darius Garland, which I just said. If you know basketball, you know Phoenix has a lot of good young players players, but no point guards. I mean, they've had in the past Isaiah Thomas, they've had Eric Bledsoe, they've had Goran Dragic before, so they've had a lot of good point guards, but none of them stay. So I think Darius Garland could definitely be that future point guard for them. He was a freshman this last year, averaged 16 points and 3 assists. He's obviously a scoring point guard who averaged almost 50% from the three-point line. So I think that's definitely a good fit for them. They probably need more of like a passing point guard. So I say either him or Kobe White would probably go with them for Phoenix because they need a point guard. Chicago has the 7th pick, and I'm taking. I think Chicago, definitely a young team. I think they take the hurt, or recently hurt, and kind of a risky pick in Cam Reddish. Chicago, definitely not a win now team. Definitely need more pieces to build around Lauri Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr. who's like their big front court. So they definitely have a lot of things to be excited about. And if Cam Reddish gets back and develops well, gets a lot of playing time, which he will have in Chicago, I think they'll be perfect for him. And sure, it's a risky pick, but with a big payoff, kind of like Michael Porter Jr. was for Denver. This season, we're going to see if that patience for Denver paid off. So, Cam Reddish averaged 13.5 points per game on 33% shooting the 3 and almost 80% from the free throw line. So, he only played 5 games for college, but again, he's definitely could sprout into a very good bench player or starting wing, which Chicago needs because they have Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn at point guard. So 8 we have Atlanta, and I think Atlanta here takes Jared Culver from Texas Tech, who is a shooting guard slash small forward. You can play him at either position, which I'd probably play him at the shooting guard position because this guy is a shooter. He's a scorer. He averaged almost 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, almost 4 assists on 46% field goal percentage. Again, another guy who only played 5 games this season, but who's a sophomore. He's not a freshman. More of a safer pick than some other players in this draft. So, yeah, I think Atlanta does that. I think that's not that risky of a pick. At 9, we have the Washington Wizards, and I think I'm gonna go on a limb here and say they draft a point guard. Now, not to replace John Wall, but since John Wall is gonna be hurt for a majority of next year, or all of next year as well, I say they take Kobe White. Kobe White could be a good player just to plug in for the Wizards for this year, while John Wall is recovering, is a player that could either come off the bench when John Wall comes back, or if the Wizards wanted to get a little risky, they can trade John Wall or get rid of John Wall and have Kobe White there as a backup for him. Kobe White averaged 16 points per game on 4 assists, shooting 35% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. So, a very good guard. He has good length. He's 6'5", I think. So he's a bigger guard. Again, kind of like a lot of, like John Morant, very good capable passer, looks up all the time, can get outlets out there. So I think they go on a limb there and take him. Number 10, we have the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks again. And with this pick, I didn't really know a lot about this guy, but apparently a lot of people are high on him. It's the Sekou. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Sekou Douamboya. It's a guy from France. I guess I can look up his stats really quick. Okay, it's very hard to see what his stats are because they're all in a different language. I think they're in French, but he's a 6'9", power forward slash small forward who can even maybe play the center at 6'9". He weighs 230, so he has a big NBA body already. I guess he's more of like a defensive-minded power forward who has a good back to the basket game. But like I said before, I don't really know a lot about him, but a lot of scouts are high on him, and so I say that Atlanta takes him at that pick. 11, we have Minnesota. Minnesota needs a power forward, which they might need because I think Taj Gibson is either restricted free agent or an unrestricted free agent. So if I'm then, I need someone who can be there with that starting five. But I guess Wiggins might also be traded because apparently he's in like trade rumors now. So it's very hectic over there in Minnesota. But they have a good core center who loves apparently being there, Karl Anthony Towns. So I think they go with this guy from Gonzaga, Rui Hachimura from Gonzaga. Apparently he was born in Japan, so that's a really cool name. He averaged 20 points per game, which is a lot. Almost 7 rebounds, 60% from the field goal range, and 40% from 3. So he has a good shooting touch. He's a big body, 6'8", 230, who can develop into kind of like a stretch 4 for them, or maybe even play 3, maybe without guarding a lot of positions. So I think they pick him. Again, another guy who didn't play that many games, but when he did play, he played very good. And he's a junior in college, so he's got some age to him. So with Minnesota, they get a player who could probably play right now for them, which they definitely need. Charlotte, I have them taking, I think they take Nasir Little, who is a shooting guard, because I feel like they're not going to get Jeremy Lamb back. So I think getting Nasir Little will help them kind of cope with losing Jeremy Lamb, because I think he's probably going to go out to try and find a starting role somewhere. Or at least maybe play on a bigger team or something like that, because Charlotte's probably going to pay Kemba Walker as much money as they possibly can to keep him in Charlotte, so they don't have that much cap space. But Nasir Little is a freshman from North Carolina, averaged 10 points per game and 5 rebounds on 48% shooting. I was looking at the stats wrong. A lot of players that I just said that played 5 games didn't play 5 games. It was just their last 5 games. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think they go with him. He's another versatile defender. It says here his NBA comparison is Gerald Wallace, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but early on Gerald Wallace is really good, so I think that's definitely a good pickup. At 13 we have Miami, and I have Miami taking Kendall Johnson, a player from Kentucky. He's a 6'6" shooting guard, which, as we all know, Dwayne Wade retired this year, so they need another shooting guard this offseason. He is a freshman guard, averaged almost 14 points per game and 6 rebounds. I'm also very excited to see what they do in free agency, because for some reason Miami hasn't been a very big free agent destination for a couple years now since LeBron left, which is kind of sad, because I mean I would love to play in Miami, so I don't know why it's not so great to be there anymore. And then at number 14 is the Boston Celtics, and I think Boston, since losing Al Horford recently, well, not losing, but I guess Al Horford doesn't want to talk to them anymore because Al Horford wants a longer deal, and apparently Boston just wants a short deal, and I think Al Horford just wants a longer, more committed contract, which makes sense because he's definitely declining and wants guaranteed money, so he might be gone to another playoff contending team. So Boston, I think, goes with Bol Bol. Now, Bol Bol is 7'2", probably going to continue to grow. A freshman in college at the University of Oregon. It says here his weight is only 210. Oh, he's 235 now, excuse me. And he only played a couple games for sure that I remember. He averaged 21 points per game, 10 rebounds, on 56% shooting from the field, on 52% three-point shooting, 76% much for 1,300 subscribers, which is insane. We're so close to 1,500. I want to hit 1,500 very soon, probably before the summer. So hope you guys are subscribing as much as you can. I really am trying to push to get a better mic very soon. I know some people like the sort of lo-fi, which is like a subcategory in ASMR, which is kind of like not super high quality ASMR, but I do want to get a Blue Yeti, but they are kind of pricey and then have to pay for an adapter, so